Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Libra. If Libra is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, and let's see what these tea leaves have to say tonight. All right. We got through the eclipse, the full moon. And now it has gotten very cold where I am. Hopefully you are staying warm or cool if you're in the southern hemisphere, wherever you are. And so our card for tonight, Libra, is the Five of Swords. Yes, the Five of Swords. And this has to do with the concept of defeat, right? Often though, I think that it is a perception of defeat, not necessarily a true defeat or loss. Okay, where should we start? I suppose right here where we have a large horse. Almost looks like a giraffe, but I'm going to say this is a horse, okay? And it is fully planted in that emotional area, reaching up into the physical world, okay? This is our physical space on the flat of the cup, and it looks like it's not running, it's not laying down, it's not grazing. It is kind of standing here face to face with an angel. We also have a sparrow right here, okay? So I do feel that this is almost kind of I imagine in my mind's eye, kind of this valiant, this strong, this, just full of life, wild horse, okay, coming to a place of standstill. Feeling like maybe it has run its course, right? Maybe you've spent your last little bit of emotional, vital resources. Okay, that kind of life force that keeps you moving forward. Moving up, moving down, all around. But, we get to these points where no matter how hard we try, no matter what we do, it's just not going right. Or at least it doesn't feel like it. Even when we get the things that we want, they don't feel good enough. It's not how I imagined it. Maybe more of a heartbreak than an actual, heartbreak. Breaking your own heart with our expectations. But it happens to all of us, doesn't it? Sometimes we just hit that wall in life. There doesn't even need to be a rhyme or reason, at least not overtly. And I feel like, you have gotten to a place where, I don't know how I got here, and it's, it maybe feels a little concerning, right? You feel maybe off your game, worn out, maybe even kind of distraught. But here's the good news, okay? We have the angel meeting this beautiful stallion, this horse, face to face, almost as if it's going to feed it, okay? And I feel like this is really spirit showing up in your physical world too, bringing you the things that you need, okay? Helping you in the state of kind of, being out of sorts in some way, maybe melancholy, maybe depressive, anxiety, feeling detached, whatever it is, this energy coming into your world in a way that feels very real, and delivering to you, the love, the kindness that you need. Somebody to listen, somebody to help, somebody to be with, just to sit with you maybe. Maybe you're, getting the job that you've been wanting, that you've needing, the shift that you've been wanting, that you've been needing, the raise. Whatever it is. And then above we have the transit here. The change in positioning. This is over time as things are shifting. And so this tells me this is going to be lasting. This is going to be something that can really take hold in your life, that roots can be set in this thing if you so choose, if you decide to go this way. But here's the thing, you must muster up the energy, the motivation, the courage to go the way that you have to, right? Fortune, success, gifts can be laid at our feet, but we must make use of them. Okay? You maybe are blessed with some talent. Maybe you play an instrument really well. Or, you just have a good ear for music. You're creative. You can, whatever. But if you don't pick that instrument up and play it, what use is this gift, this talent, this ability? So whatever this is that's coming into your life, and I'm not saying you have to do it. That's up to you. But this seems like it will be a blessing for you. You have to show up. You have to show up, and you have to, stick to it. Put in the effort. And I know you might be tired. You might be weary. This might seem like just another thing on the list. But I think that this will be an opening for you. This is a place where you might find some freedom. And now with the sparrow, okay? The sparrow can, I think, I forget exactly what the prescribed affiliation or attribute of the sparrow is, but I almost feel like it's something, it's like maybe courage, death, I don't know. I remember when I was, a teenager, there was like a reemergence of like all that Sailor Jerry style, and a lot of people got sparrows on their by their shoulders, right, on their chest. And so I don't know. But, you know, for me, when I see it, it is a rebellious heart, right? This is a bird who, again, and we have a lot of sparrows here, and they stay for the winter. And I live in an environment on the plains where it's very cold. It's like the tundra. It is. I mean, it is the tundra, really. And these birds, they stay. They stay all winter. I see them every single day because I do feed the birds. But they come out and they you know, they hop around in the sun. They are enduring, right? They look out for each other. There's always so many of them in the honeysuckle bushes, and you know, they just are a sturdy little thing, and they are rebellious and they fight. Oh my gosh, do they fight? I see them wrestling outside all the time among themselves. They are, you know, just, they have such a, you know, fire to them, truly. And so, you know, this between this, I feel there is that spark, right? You're not going to fail. Even if it is just to prove a point to the universe that you're not going to be, you know, pulled down. You're not going to stay on the ground, right? You're going to get up and you're going to keep fighting. And you're going to make this thing work. You're going to do it, right? And, you know, and so, here we go. Here we go. It begins. And here we have, what it looks like it almost kind of reminds me of like a Persian flower, like a painting or on maybe a textile. But it does, I look at it and I think of, I think of like a desert rose or some kind of, just a beautiful, and again, an enduring plant, not unlike the sparrow, but a plant that, you know, it's beautiful, but if you go in this, if you go and touch it, it's prickly, right? Excuse me. And we have a lot of indigenous plants around here that are kind of like this, and they, you know, they have to be hardy. They have to also be pretty drought resistant. And so I feel like, and this is definitely in that the realm in the metaphysical area, growing into this emotional area, I really feel like you just have such a deep relationship with the divine. Your faith is strong. And whatever, you know, whatever it is, whatever that looks like, there is a faith in you. There is a connection to spirit, to the divine, to the universe, to the high sciences, whatever it is. That cannot be extinguished. You are a being of light. You are somebody who is here for a reason. And we all are, right? But some of us really know we have to do something while we're here. Well, we're not going to waste this cycle. We are not, right? We know we have to do the work. And so you are here to do the work. And it's strong. And it's strong within you. And you honor it. You honor it in the way you live. You honor it in the way that you, you know, live among your family, your direct community. How you love. How you take care of others. How you love. How you take care of yourself. Okay? And You know, it's easy to forget about these things. The busyness of life, you know, being among other people, you know, with many other concerns. They don't speak our language necessarily. You know, they are divine beings having divine experiences, but maybe, you know, they don't, well, we just don't use the same jargon to speak about life, right? And we're maybe focused on different things, you know, and that can be a little bit, you know, it can feel like it pulls you away from this connection. You know, I do this work here, thankfully. You know, I have a partner, a husband who is a very spiritual being. We have, you know, the same kinds of concerns about life, interests and things. So I have somebody to talk to in my real life. But I will tell you what, there's a lot of my day, you know, I'm thinking about safe household cleaners. Thinking about how do I get a stain out of this thing? How many, you know, things do I need to schedule for tomorrow? What are we going to eat? What I'm cooking? You know, what can I do with these leftovers? All the things. Do the cats have new water? You know, it's just all this stuff. And you go out in the world and I talk about, you know, things that maybe they don't feel like it's always coming from my soul, you know. But that doesn't change the fact that we're spiritual beings doing spiritual things. It doesn't dampen our light. You know, that's just, you know, I feel like anyways, that's just the way a lot of us live. One foot in one part of being, one foot in the other part of being. Okay. And I get that. And it can feel like sometimes the balance is not there. But it is a reminder to make sure that you're making time for this connection, that agape, that love that flows between you and the divine. Okay? Whatever your practices look like, whatever that timeout looks like, meditation, postures, prayer, you know, altars, being outside, whatever it is, creating, you know, you have to make time for it. Nobody's going to make the time for you. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody can force you to do it. You know, like anything else in life. And here I have a person sitting. They are looking up and it looks like there's a harp. Okay. So, really, I think that this is an important time for you to be seeking that harmony, right? But also I think, you know, if you are interested in music, art, you know, I don't know, going to like, what was it? The like, I was going to say the Derby. It's like something like that. I don't know. That thing where they crash cars, you know, into each other. There's a lot of those out here. A lot of that kind of stuff where people, demolition derby. That's what it's called. Whatever it is that speaks to you. Maybe that's your harmony, the noise of it all. But go find something that's inspiring. Go and do it. Go immerse yourself in it. Okay. Do something that's really like, out of your normal sensory zone. Not uncomfortable, but something that, you know, really gets you involved in a lot of different senses, but not something you do all the time. Just try something else, right? Doesn't have to cost any money. It could be free. There's a lot of things out there, you know. You just got to look a little bit. Then we have, it looks like we have a person, a cat, maybe a squirrel, another person, they're all looking up at the sky. And so, there's a sense of really being drawn to experiencing things, go outside, look at the sky, go look at the stars at night if you're up at night. I finally am able to, it gets dark so early, I get to go out and see the stars more often than I could during the summer. It sets my heart ablaze, I must say. So I really do recommend to you, and I know in the Southern Hemisphere, it's probably different. Your days are probably getting a lot shorter, or longer, I should say. Nights are getting shorter. So maybe if you're a night owl in the Southern Hemisphere, then you can go out and look at the stars as well. But there's also during the day, don't look at the sun. I'm always going to say that. I know. I don't advocate for any of looking at that, but go out and look at the trees, look at the birds, watch what they're doing. There's something really, really, it takes you to a different place when you begin to notice the natural behaviors and patterns of the plants, the animals, the birds, the weather patterns, all of these things. We rely a lot on, information we get on our phones, our computers, TVs, whatever, and that's all wonderful. But it is so important. It is like being able to speak different languages, knowing, mathematic formulas and things. You experience the world differently when you are aware of, the language of other things, right? And the happenings of other things, the lives of other beings. And, it may, you might say, oh yeah, I go look at my window and stuff. I drive, I see things around me. Yeah. And I think that, that's a good start, but really watching, knowing when things come out, when do they come out during the day. I learned a lot about how many bees and wasps we had around the property this year. That how many different varieties there were. They all had different times a day. They shared the plants. They had schedules. I had no idea. They came out a different morning, the later morning, the evening or afternoon and evening. Different kinds of bees all day long. Different kinds of wasps all day long. Very interesting. It opened up a whole universe to me. I couldn't believe it. I was beside myself some days how interesting it was, their behaviors. And so, let's see. We have one more I'll look at here, and then we'll move on to the other part. I see two people communing, okay? And I feel like this will be a good time to also spend some time with somebody who you have a soft friendship with, right? Doesn't have to be the deepest friendship, doesn't have to be the closest, but somebody who you can commune with that is not rough with you, okay? Doesn't raise the anxiety every time you talk. Hopefully, you have some people like this where it's just talk about it. Maybe even it's just small talk, but you just talk about some of the more positive growth, evolution things, right? Self-evolution things, and I think it's fine to have people in your life that you don't, that are not confronting to you. Not everybody needs to be, right? It's okay if people are careful with you. It's okay if you are careful with people. Somebody said to me, not that a while ago, and not in a terribly mean way, but just that a lot of people are very careful with you, Lenore. You're so sensitive. Well, yes, I am sensitive. And not everybody holds a place in my life where they need to be confronting with me, because I set boundaries. And, that's how I live, and that's how I keep my peace. And that's okay. We should all have people that are just nice to be around. Of course, sometimes they're going to be hurting. Sometimes you're going to be hurting. Okay. And that's fine too. But, not everybody has to be the person that you go the deepest with. Sometimes we just need people that we like to be around because they're nice. They have a softness to them, right? They're interesting. They're kind. They're lovely. They're creative, whatever it is, right? And I think somebody like that, if you have that, even if it's a passively encountering somebody like this, that energy feels like it's important with that little, and you can see here, kind of almost resting back on the arm, and this one sitting, and I can just see discussing, enjoying, laughing. Okay, let's see. We have a sheep here. Okay, and I have a fish. We have a woman or somebody in a robe possibly beneath a star. And then we have almost 3 paths, okay? 3 rays of light coming off of here. So let's start on this side. We do have the sacred lamb, right? A bit, and I don't usually like to, I don't like to use the attribute of a sacrifice, right? But I do feel like there will be a need to let go of something that is not serving you. And it seems not like it's not a huge thing, but through letting go of this, right? And I think it is like a desire, right? And living in the wanting. And they say, wanting for something is the enemy of happiness. Okay. And this is what I was talking at the very beginning of the reading. Getting something that you wanted or that you hoped for, and it wasn't as you dreamed it to be. It's not enough. Right? But is it? Did you choose the wrong thing that you wanted? Was it not really your true will? Or is it that you just can't stop yourself from wanting, that it destroys what you have? I don't know, but that's something to think about. Now, we have the fish. Through this work, there is abundance, and there will be an abundance of peace, contentment. No defeat. It's not defeat with that energy. It is almost like a sliver, in your foot, letting you know something is not right. But you need to pluck it out. You need to figure out what is going on. The person under the star, goals, right? Continue working on your goals. We have the 3 rays of light. Okay, so there's more than one way to go. You have options, but you will know what is right for you. Okay, and we have a serpent, and we have another person. The serpent with the knowledge. Okay, through this work, again, there will be abundance, happiness, peace, contentment. But there's also knowledge to be gained. Because you're living, you're alive. You're collecting data every moment of the day. But you're also working to what? Gain wisdom. Transmute that knowledge into the wisdom. And how do we do that? I mean, listen, there's, I don't know, living it, right? Taking the knowledge that you receive, the knowledge that you gain, putting it into practice, figuring it out. That's the process, I think. I believe. Okay, so we have the Dreamer's Deck, 40 affirmations for pursuing your dreams from the I Know collection. All right. I'm just going to stop where it feels right. We're going to go ahead and read it. Okay, and it says, I know that each sunrise brings an opportunity to make a different choice. There we go, 3 choices. I am evolving. There you go. Yes, I'm with it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you so much, Libra, for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you'd be so kind as to like the video, it helps the channel out. If you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing so. You can hit the little bell when you do. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And if you'd like to leave a comment, please, please do. I read them all. They mean so much to me. And, you know, I appreciate each and every one of you so much. Deeply, deeply. Okay. I want to go ahead and thank you again. I love you, Libra. We will talk very soon.